Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Now, having a large collection is a lot of fun, but it is a lot of work, and that's what I need to do. I'm definitely behind on my cleaning, so I'm going to be jumping into some cleaning, but most importantly, I'm going to be jumping into Twitter and answering some of the questions that you guys have been posting. So with that being said, let's get going. Alright guys, let's jump right into it. The very first game that we are going to go after is Big Bird's Hide and Speak. This is an awful game, but definitely needs some attention. It's very dirty. It looks like at some point someone tried to clean it. There's some staining around the edge of the label. Typically, if someone uses too much isopropyl and gets it to the edges, it causes them to curl and stain a little bit. And they just didn't do a really good job. So I'm going to clean this up as best as I can. I can't obviously fix that label stain, but I'll do what I can. But before I jump right into that, I should probably answer some questions that you guys threw out on Twitter. The very first question comes from RadZero, and of course I'm going to link everyone down in the description below, so go check out their channels. Make sure that you subscribe to them. RadZero has a channel that's kind of focused on retro gaming as well as some wrestling memorabilia, and he asks, hey Nate, what was the first video game you ever played? So most people are going to assume that the very first game that I ever played was Super Mario Brothers on the NES, and that's actually not true. It's pretty close, but the first game that I actually played was on the Atari 2600, and it was Frogger. So my dad's boss, this was before I had an NES, had an Atari 2600, and that was the game that I was drawn to. It was the first one that I played. Definitely an arcade classic. Pretty fun game. I would say it's a game that didn't set the tone for my gaming, but or my gaming passion, but I would say Super Mario Brothers set that tone for me, and probably did for a lot of people. So Frogger on the 2600 was the very first game I ever played. So cleaning this game, again, this isn't a tutorial on how to. Just know that you're going to have to go through a lot of Q-tips when you're cleaning. I use a little bit of isopropyl, get in all those cracks and crevices. This one's got some really crusty junk on it, which is disgusting. Just makes you think where people store their games or how they took care of them. Alright, we're moving on to question number 2. Question number 2 comes from Possum Plays. Again, go check out his channel. He does a lot of gameplay for some new and retro games, but he had a question that says, what inspired you to start your channel, and would you change anything if you were to start it today? Now, a couple of questions. That one's not as easy to answer. First off, we're going to be doing the Moffat Conspiracy. This one's actually not too bad. I like to keep these movie stickers on, just kind of lets you know where it came from, but like the SKU tag is going to come off. So I'm going to pick away at this and answer that question. So to answer Possum Play's question, what inspired me to make a YouTube channel was I thought I was about the only one in my area that liked collecting retro games. I thought I was very strange and weird, and there just really wasn't anybody that I found that I could relate to and talk about video games and what I had. So that really spurred me along to create a YouTube channel and just start connecting with people. So I connect with people on Twitter and Instagram, and as I was progressing through YouTube, I later found out that there were some actual local guys that had YouTube channels that were focused on retro gaming as well, so I've connected with them, and that's been really fun. But that really, that was the whole reason. And I look at YouTube as just an extension of my hobby, just a way to talk about my video games and kind of show everyone what I have. And that sticker came off perfect. Yeah, those are, that's probably the reason why I started a YouTube channel. As far as if I would change anything, let's see, let's go back to the question. There was two parts. One of the questions was, would you change anything if you were to start today? And I don't really think there's anything I would change. YouTube is kind of goofy, and I've kind of been learning as I go. I'm not a professional editor or cameraman or anything like that, and so it's just kind of been fun for me to see how other people are doing videos and take things that, oh, I really like that, or I don't like that, and just kind of learn from it and apply it to my videos. And it's a learning process all the time. I try to do something new every time when it comes to editing, stuff that you guys probably would never even notice or see, but it's things that I definitely notice. Yeah, that's the whole reason I started YouTube, was community, spending time talking with people about video games. Alright guys, we're going to jump into our last game. This is the Black Bass. This is a Hot B release. I actually think I only need one Hot B game left. I think it's called Palamedes or Palamedes. I've seen it a couple times, kind of expensive. Well, I mean, the game was expensive, that's why I didn't purchase it. It looks like James really likes his game because he marked it up pretty good with some permanent marker. But first, we're going to jump into another question. This question comes from Musty Hobbit. He says, to this point, which of your videos did you have the most fun making? Or, for a twist, which one are you most proud of? That is a very deep and difficult question for me to answer. I would say the video that I had most fun with was the video that I did with my kids when we got Super Mario cereal and we did a taste test. It was just really fun. Anytime that I can have the kids on a video, we just have a lot of fun. It's really goofy, really fun. So that's the one that I had the most fun making. And anytime you have kids on a video, they're extremely unpredictable. You never know how they're going to act or what they're going to say, which kind of makes it really exciting. And video that I'm most proud of, kind of a difficult one for me to answer, because I don't think there's one video that I've put out yet that I'm like, this is amazing, this is the best thing that I've ever seen. I feel like I'm really still learning on what it means to make videos and how to edit videos. So I definitely feel like I haven't mastered it yet. So there hasn't been a video that I love, absolutely love, but maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. You know, there was a video when I did the Midwest Gaming Classic. That one was more from a production side. I was more excited and proud of because I didn't really feel ashamed carrying a camera around. There was a whole bunch of other people doing the same thing. So I wasn't embarrassed or I wasn't hiding a camera because I'm not super comfortable in, being in front of the camera. So that was another one that maybe I was a little proud of, that I just felt very comfortable in what I was doing, and I actually didn't end up filming a ton of stuff because I was taking it all in. So I guess in theory that's probably one that I'm proud of, but I still believe that I haven't made the one that I'm just like, aha, I absolutely love it. So on this Black Bass game, there is definitely some marker. A little trick that I found is using Rain-X. I know it's kind of unconventional. A lot of people use isopropyl, or they've even used like Goo Gone, and Goo Gone is fine, but it kind of leaves a like a shiny residue. And I've just found that Rain-X does a pretty good job, depending on how old the marker is. But yeah, it's off right away. it does a pretty good job. I've seen a few other people using this on Twitter, and yeah, so there was a whole bunch of markings on the back, and it just takes it off a lot faster, a lot quicker. And you don't have to use a ton of Q-tips or yeah, again, that Goo Gone just leaves that kind of greasy residue, and it can easily get underneath the label and just mess everything up. So there it is, it's all gone, it's all clean. Alright, there you guys have it. We have some clean games. Thank you so much for throwing out some questions on Twitter. You guys should totally follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Cartridge Fun. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe this video. That's all I have for you guys. I'll catch you later. See ya.